So today we're going to go over some exceptions that we have in AquaResource. These are for LAWCO and Baton Rouge. Mostly you're going to find these in Baton Rouge though. So on the Baton Rouge Water website, I would click this operations guide. This is important contact information and procedures. Goes over high-level review of how to upload backflows and hazards. Note from the admin, you will not be able to test a backflow in AquaResource if there's not a hazard or a backflow present. We'll go over that and what that looks like. The 4 unique scenarios are really what we're going to focus on today. Domestic devices not listed under a hazard or backflow tab in AquaResource. Pretty much you'll need to call a backflow coordinator, Baton Rouge or LAWCO. The bypass not listed on backflow or hazard tab. This one's going to be extremely interesting. In this instance, you would do a remove and replace so that you could add a DCDA Type I. The reason that that's important is most of the time we just want y'all to do a DC, not a Type I or anything like that when you're adding a backflow in these accounts. That's because a DCD Type I also allows you to test a bypass. So it's like testing 2 devices on one account. And the only reason that we want you to go and do that is if there is not a bypass account available. And we'll go over what that looks like too in a second here. All right. Duplicate main fire backflows. This only happens in Baton Rouge water. It'll look similar to this, to where you've got a fire, and you've got 2 accounts that have the exact same serial number. Very rare, but it does happen occasionally. We want you to flag the report for the admin and write a note. And this 4th one is kind of similar to what we already went over when to add a Type I. So in the remainder of the video, I'll go over situation 1 and situation 2. Remember, situation 4 is very similar to situation 2, so I wouldn't stress about that too much. All right. Domestic devices not listed under hazard or backflow tab in AquaResource. Here's what it'll look like. So you'll come here. You'll see we've got our address. Remember, we like to work underneath the group ID. It's just easier. Here you'll see all the customers. This isn't as important for y'all as it is for me. We've got no backflows. We've got no hazards. In this situation, you would not be able to upload a test at all against this address without calling the backflow coordinator first. So that's a good red flag. I'll show you what it would look like though in the meantime. So let's just pick this right here, Baton Rouge Water Co. Water meter, this is domestic. You can tell that this is a domestic line. So let's just go try to add a backflow against this. Remember, there's no hazard present. Domestic, I don't know. 2. All right, no. Bam. Here's your first thing. When it says first red flag, search to find a water meter, that means there is nothing there. That means there was not a hazard against this domestic meter, and you will not be able to create a backflow no matter what you do. Okay? So in this situation, you need to stop what you're doing, call the backflow coordinator, and they'll be able to open that up for you and make sure that you're adding a backflow against the right account. So this is kind of like a full stop situation. You won't be able to go any further if you can't go past this situation, this step. All right. The next one is a little more complicated. Remember, that was 1. Bypass not listed on backflow or hazard tab. This is a good situation right here. Okay. 6260 green rail. Okay. In this situation, I've got a fire device and I've got a domestic device, but I do not have a bypass hazard. So there would be a bypass on this fire line, but there is no bypass hazard available. And we wouldn't even be able to add an account. You should probably call the backflow coordinator for this, but if you're in the field, I can show you what to do. Select, let's say create a test report. In this situation only, remove and replace device. Okay? The device type is a DCDA type 1. The only time that we do a DCDA type 1 is when there is a backflow on the fire that has a bypass, but there is no bypass, like we'll go over here. There's no bypass in the hazards, okay? This is the only time you do a DCD type 1. You get to go down the line. You see what I'm saying here? We'll just do today. X. Right there. And now it sees that you can start adding information for the bypass. Remember, this is like adding 2 devices to 1 account. Y'all probably should call the backflow coordinator when you're doing this because it's a little advanced. But yeah, I'm just trying to show y'all how this works in this specific answer, or in this specific situation. So this is the test results for, I believe, the main device, the big device. Go there. Remember, this is notes for the admin if you have them. And then make sure you mark the sliding scale. Bam. All right, 2. Remember, if you don't add photos up here, it won't let you submit the report the first time. All right. Now it wants you to create a test report for the bypass. How do I know that? I don't know, I just do. Close tight, close tight, close tight, close tight, and there you go, bypass. Just put the meter reading in there, and the meter serial number. 9. Bam, bam. All right, y'all. And that's how you do that's unique situation number 2. When you've got, remember, a fire device that does not have, that never had a backflow or a bypass hazard. This is how you would do it. So when it says bypass and main and it has this blue square around it, that's how they're connected in that manner. You don't want to do this all the time. If you do this, give us a call, but that's how you conquer that in the field. And we would walk you through that process as well. All right, thank y'all.